Ice, what was the best day of your life and the worst day, if you had to think about it?
Ah, shit, the worst day. Hmm. I think the worst day was losing my mom's, as a kid. And it was a very weird situation. My father passed later, but it didn't hit me like my mother because, of course, as a kid, and I was sitting with my mom's. We were watching Batman on TV in black and white, right?
I remember when they climbed up the buildings and they weren't really on the buildings. I remember that. Yeah,
Batman and Robin, pow.
yeah,
Da,
yeah,
da.
yeah, yeah.
So, and she just leaned her head back, and she was having a heart attack. And we lived in a duplex house, and my father just sent me to the other side, like to my neighbors, and ambulance came, and that was it. And in those days, kids didn't know as much. They just kept us isolated. Like I didn't go to the funeral. I wasn't around that. They just kept me with another aunt somewhere else. And, it was rough because, once your mom died, the question is what's going to happen? Now you're in the unknown. Everything was a family. Now you're in an unknown place, and it's a scary place. And I don't remember crying, but I know I was in trauma. I was like, wow. And then when my father died, I was kind of more prepared for that because my pops was sick. And I remember when they took me I was in school, they took me in the principal's office and everybody had those faces like, then once again, I had that same question, like, what's gonna happen to me, you know? And that's when I ended up going to LA. So I think 1-2 punch of losing my parents at an early age, that has to be the worst thing I've ever been through. You'd be surprised, like the first time I've cried that I remember 2 times crying, but the last time I really remember crying was when I lost my dog. Spartacus died. That was hard. I was like, yo, like, I don't feel like this over people, but people that have pets, they know, man, when your dog goes, it's like, it was traumatic for me. And that might seem shallow, but I'm telling the truth. When I lost my dog, that really hurt me. Now, my best day of my life.
Did that trauma of losing your parents, did it give you something back, like self-reliance? Or if you really look at it your whole life, it must have also had a positive effect on your character somehow.
Well, no, it doesn't. Not out the gate. It's fucked up because not having no brothers and no sisters or anything like that. It just makes life harder. You're very alone, and you're an orphan, so to speak. So you're trying to find a place. That's why getting to LA and getting around the gangbangers and stuff like that, that's kind of like camaraderie. You find yourself connecting to them. And like, I never jumped into a gang. But I hung with the gang members. And, having somebody say, yo, if anything ever happens to you, cuz we gonna kill them. And them meaning it. That's something you wish your father would tell you, But so I understand that whole psychology of all these kids from broken homes finding and connecting to a unit. But I guess in the long run, it just makes me never rely on anybody.